80% of the time, it's gonna happen every time.
Is this the best Mexican restaurant at Universal Orlando?
Princess DeBerry here. We're at Citywalk yet again, and it's time to answer that age-old question. Tacos, tacos, tacos?
Yes.
Question mark. So we're going to Antojitos, and that's your number one choice of foodie infotainment. Remember, she's vegan, I'm not, and I'm hungry.
Be sure to enjoy taco, taco, taco.
You heard the girl.
And here we go. We're starting with chips and salsa. Nice, thick, chunky salsa. I'm here for it. The salsa is really nice. I would give it like a 4 out of 10 on the heat scale. It's not too spicy, but just enough to make it nice. I think it'll mix well with guacamole. I would give it a 3 out of 5 salsas. It's partially Southern Californian approved.
That's like a good table salsa. It's like a precursor to what you're actually going to get, because the table salsa is bad. I don't want to say the restaurant is bad, but it's not giving good looking in the future. Antojitos salsa is always chunky in a different kind of way. It's like minced tiny chunky, and not like chunky. I don't mind it. I think it's better that way. I get a lot more even spread of the ingredients on a single chip. 3.5 out of 5 bars.
Now we got the tableside guac. It does have tomatoes in it, Melissa. But you can have different levels of spice. We got medium because Bear was trying to be nice to me. We all know he wanted the super hot. Cheers. I don't know if I would call this medium. I think I would call it like mild. And the avocado is not fully ripe yet. So it's giving me like a raw feeling or taste. This is not Antojitos' best avocado. This is our 4th review at this restaurant. It's probably my least favorite guac that we've had here. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 guacamoles. Not my jam.
Tableside guac is one of the reasons people always come here. It's that like bit of showmanship before your meal. It's like tableside, show, and then a show, but then tableside and a show, because everybody comes for guac. So one thing everybody can agree on, because if you're not ordering guac when you come to a Mexican restaurant, then why are you even there? I find that often, unless there are certain ethnic restaurants we go to, not theme park restaurants, normally don't follow this trend, is that mild, medium, and spicy mean completely different things in the theme park and outside of the theme park. Inside of the theme park is made not to get sued. Outside of the theme park, you showed up for this. As far as the heat, sort of level set my heat level, that's given like a 2 out of 10 on the heat scale. I also would not call that medium. It's half a step above mine. Not even a full step, half a step. I like the added lime. The guac, it's a little bit above average. I give it 3 out of 5 guac. We've had better tableside guac here, but this still, I'm still gonna order this every time we go, because we do normally love tableside guac here.
We're gonna do the princess thing. We're gonna get some guac. We're gonna dip it in some salsa. And we're gonna eat it California style. Cheers. That was drippy, but tasty. But it didn't really add any spice when I thought it was going to. It's still like a 4 out of 10 on the heat scale. It's pretty low. I would give it a 3 out of 5. Chips in it. We've had better at Old Mendy's, 100%.
Where is Old Mendy's?
Old Mendy's is in Southern California. I decided to play it skinny tonight, and I got a ranch water with Patron because I gotta be extra. Bear was like, why didn't you just get the Jose Cuervo? And I was like, well, no, I'm a Patron girl. So,
Little known fact, probably not a fact, but the P in Patron stands for princess. At least when you're on this channel. If there's something that contains tequila, the princess is gonna try to swap it out for Patron. 80% of the time, it's gonna happen every time.
it just tastes like a margarita, like a watered down margarita. I'm not mad at it though because ranch water is pretty tasty. But this isn't my favorite ranch water that I've had. I would give it like a 2 out of 5. Margaritas is not that great.
Ranch waters are sort of like my new addiction. They're really basic. All it really is tequila, lime, and usually like the sparkling water. It's a very like sugarless beverage that is a sipper. I wouldn't gulp a ranch water like I would ranch margarita, but like honestly, I'd be the princess. This does taste like a watered down margarita. The lime juice, I think, is a little sweetened, which I think is what's given that. And sparkling water, I'm not really getting sparkling from it. But as it is, I don't hate it. I, so far on this channel, have had other ranch waters. This isn't my favorite, but I would probably order it again. 3 out of 5 bucks.
So here we have the Kicken Mule. 3 olives, ginger beer, jalapeno. This is basically a version of a drink that Bear used to take me to in North Florida all of the time with jalapeno and ginger beer. Not my jam.
I feel like this is a night of ordering something that the other would like. And that's something that I've always given as a Princess and the Bear tip. If you're out on a date, maybe you're trying to turn it into a date, don't be creepy. If your date, whatever they may be, can't decide, order 2 of what they want, and then just take the one they don't want. If you're like me, you're gonna drink anything anyway. So I got a Kicken Mule, thinking that the princess probably wouldn't like the ranch water anyway. I hate mules. I don't hate them, but ginger beer is not my jam.
Now I like ginger beer. So I'm not super mad at this, but it's very ginger beer forward. You don't really taste the vodka that much. This is not a drink for Bear. I feel like he's gonna want to switch drinks with me. I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5 drinks. This is not a vibe, and not spicy either. There's jalapeno in this. And it's like a 1 out of 10 on the heat scale, if that. You're not gonna taste any spice.
That Goslings Ginger beer is strong. It's got 3 olive vodka. 3 olive vodka is very sort of middle of the road, neutral flavor. So if it's not a flavor 3 olives, you're probably not going to taste anything anyway. So it's literally just ginger beer. It doesn't impart anything else. It's not like a Kentucky Mule where you have the taste of like the whiskey with the ginger beer. This is just ginger beer. And I can see the jalapenos, but I feel like they're on vacation or asleep, like most people should be. It's giving me nothing. 2 out of 5 bucks.
We are starting with a vegan enchilada. I made Bear try multiple samples of this cheese just to make sure it is actually vegan because it looked a little sus to me, but it is. So I'm gonna take a sliver out of this middle enchilada here. I love it when I get enchiladas at Antojitos. They really know how to bring their enchilada game when they have it. It's really not bad. It's actually better than the last enchilada batch that I got here from Antojitos. And I almost feel like I'm taken back to Olamendi's. I really feel that Olamendi's vibe. Somewhat, not quite there. You're like, 70% Ola menus. You're not as good as Ola menus, but you're taking me back to that location. And I appreciate that because any chance for me to have a food take me home, I'm here for it. So it gets bonus points for the nostalgia vibes, and it gets a 3.5 out of 5 enchiladas for that alone. If I wasn't a Southern Californian and I didn't have all those nostalgia vibes, I'd probably give it like a 2.5. I'd be curious to see what Bear thinks of it since he's not a California native like I am, and he's not super versed in the Mexican food. Like, before him and I met, he didn't even like Mexican food, so we'll see.
Princess did indeed have me try this cheese multiple times. So I asked for multiple pieces of it. Always brings to front to me the one weird thing about getting like a plant-based taco at a theme park. I can understand not getting a vegan Mexican cheese. There's not a whole lot of companies that make a vegan Mexican cheese, and very few of them that make a good Mexican cheese. We usually get Daya when we shop on our own, and even that is a mixed bag. Sometimes we like it, sometimes it's gotten better over time. Last time we came here, they had feta, which is weird on Mexican food to begin with. This time, it's mozzarella. You could just get cheddar. Almost everybody makes shredded cheddar. So I don't understand mozzarella and feta. Mozzarella on enchiladas is weird to me.
It's Tex-Mex.
I don't want Tex-Mex, I want Mexican. But I get it. This is a Tex-Mex restaurant. The mozzarella is still a weird vibe. But I will get off my tree stump in the woods because I'm a bear, and we're gonna go ahead and give this something that Yogi Bear would be proud of. I feel like I got nothing on that bite, so I'm gonna get one more. It's gonna be a weird analogy. But have you ever eaten something, and mind you, this is vegan food now, and felt like it had no soul? And I'm not meaning that it was alive, that there was no passion in it. Nothing in it that sparks joy. It's cheese, there's sauce, something that resembles a tortilla. There's some filling, there's some peppers in there. But if it was hooked up to like an EKG, it'd be a flat one. Literally gave nothing. But it's given. Think about the Minions if they weren't funny. How about that? If the Minions weren't funny, that's what this would be. It's just not great. Like the new movie from DreamWorks, Migration. I haven't seen it yet, I don't know. Let's give it a 1.5 out of 5 claws. I don't know why I'd eat this. Why I recommend anybody else eat this. I had high hopes. Dashed on the rocks.
This is my first time getting yuca at Antojitos. Now, usually my favorite places to get yuca at Universal is Appetizers, number 1. Number 2 is Bob Marley. Let's see if Antojitos is number 3. I think it's one of the worst yuca I've ever tried. It's like overcooked to the point that it's burnt, and it's giving me like old school McDonald's vibes. I'm not a fan of that. That's like a 1.5 out of 5 yuca. That's probably the worst yuca I've ever had. Don't do that. Don't get that.
I feel like I'm in for a ride. I like my yuca crisp. This feels like a weapon from Halloween Horror Nights. That's drier than people before the Jurassic Park River ride. This is it feels like it's been sitting under a heat lamp for hours. It's just as hard as a rock on the outside, and the inside is just devoid of all sort of moisture or texture. It's just a literal shell of itself. 1.5 out of 5 claws.
Last thing I have here is black beans and rice. This will be my saving grace for this dish, maybe. The black beans are seasoned beautifully. The rice is super dry. I would say give the black beans, don't get the rice. The black beans is like a 3 out of 5 black beans. The rice is like a 1.5 out of 5 rices. Somebody needs to learn how to properly cook and soak rice because this is not it. Overall, I would say my dish is like a 2 out of 5 enchiladas. I feel like this is the worst trip to Antojitos we've ever had. And we usually really like this restaurant, so I'm kind of sad about what's happening here.
I had hope. I had hope. If this restaurant really wants to classify itself as Tex-Mex, I feel like even Texans would be ashamed of that. This is not given bigger in Texas. 2 out of 5 balls. Given what I just experienced with the Princess's black beans rice, I don't feel like I'm going to enjoy this rice very much. But we're going to try it anyway. My rice is much better cooked, or at least it was a better scoop of rice. Technically cooked. Flavor is non-existent. If I wanted plain rice, I use rice at home. 1.5 out of 5. I decided to order something I've never had on the menu here before, the La Tostada. It is cheese on top of cheese with tomatoes and chicken smothered in queso sauce. And as I say all that out loud, I should probably take a magic pill because I promised you guys, those of you that have been in the community for a while, those of you that are new here, I am extremely lactose intolerant and have paid dearly for risking the biscuit for these reviews. So I keep a better eye on that. This is going to need at least 3 to 4 lactates not to be living in the bathroom for the night. And yes, I keep my lactate in a Pez dispenser. Don't judge me. Or do judge me. I'm going to keep doing it anyway. I don't even know how to cut into this thing. Here's some chicken, we'll start there. Tons of cheese. Proper cheese. Tons of queso. I didn't expect the chicken to be fried. That is for sure. I don't mind fried chicken. It's not my first choice. Strangely enough. But I will eat it. Did I get any? Yeah, I did. Just give it a lot of cheese. I wish the cheese on top was a bit more melted. You have like 2 different consistencies of cheese. You have like the melted queso, and then you have the unmelted sprinkled cheese. It's a preference thing, really. There's not really any effect. Does it take away from the dish? The chicken's fine. It soaks in the queso, and the tomato sauce is on here fine. It's crunchy. It's basically just a different way to eat a taco salad. It's okay. I don't think it's as good as what I normally get here, which would be actually my favorite dish in Antojitos is normally the vegan, vegetarian, depending on the day you come here, quesadilla, sweet potatoes. I love that here. This, it's okay. It's inoffensive. If you're feeling tostada or something that's like medium size, because the burritos here are massive, you can get this. I would give it 3 out of 5 claws. This visit Antojitos, that I agree is our worst we've ever had out of the 3 other visits we've done, makes me want to go visit our family in Texas. I hope they're not watching and trying to convince us to come. But it makes me want to go visit them so I can show some real Texans.
Pretty sure that quesadilla is not available anymore.
That breaks my heart. If the quesadilla is gone, my heart is gone. Breaks my heart that we usually have nothing but high praise to say about Antojitos, and this time it was not.
The worst meal I think we've ever had at Antojitos, and we usually love Antojitos.
So if we're looking to answer our question, is this the best Mexican food you can get at Universal? The answer right now is probably no.
Yeah, used to be, not so much now.
Honestly, if you want something that's
Mexican-inspired here, right now, after that experience?
Cafe La Bamba?
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Cafe La Bamba isn't amazing, but it's at least consistent. This is not the mark of consistency. But I want to know, maybe this is just an off night. What has been your experience when you've gone to Antojitos, if you've ever gone here? That's your number one choice for food infotainment. If we happen to be wrong, we had an off night, you guys convince us, we will go back.
We will.
If there's anything else you'd like to see us do, the comments is always a place to find us. Hit the notification button when you see other videos like this, and
We have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Woo!
we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear might eat himself into Mexico and never return to the state with not real Mexican food.
That actually doesn't sound too bad. You heard the girl.